been. Don't hurt Toru. She's good. Anyway, let's actually start this thing in 3, 2, 1. Let's start this thing absolutely now. But yeah, I mean, goddamn. Goddamn. This is one of those. This is gonna be one of those, like. They already did in theory say at the end of season 1, season 2 is basically going to destroy you, because they even said it themselves. Like, the characters in the anime are like, there's a storm coming, bro. I'm like, I don't need this. They do. Let's all band together. Let's all band together. Actually, just dive into the show. So tell Akito to fuck off, and then just get out, and actually everything will be okay. I hope. I hope, at least. Because Akito can do one at this point in the anime. God damn. That boy. But yeah, I mean. We've got to protect everyone at this point besides Akito. Akito, just give him a vibe check. Give him the vibe check of the century, and then we'd be good to go. But yeah, I mean, this show just, it's a telling sign, because, as I said beforehand, it's one of those things that Toru's actually kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? She's actually got a lot on. That's the thing. It's a way to describe it. I guess she's carrying a lot of things on her shoulders. Does she then kind of have her own kind of like her own what's the word? My brain's stopping. It's too hot in my room. To then actually kind of explain to us there actually is a lot more going on with her, it kind of then puts on this whole entire idea that it's not as if this thing has a good conclusion, essentially. It's because it kind of does it. It kind of then it almost in a way juxtaposes what happened with Rin. Because when Rin kind of said, I'll actually then lean on you, it's kind of like, oh, okay, and then she's actually got someone there. She actually can open up to someone, actually have someone to reconcile with. But in this context, it's kind of like, though we know there's no one closing the door on Toru, there's more to it, essentially. As once again, it kind of goes to this whole entire idea that the actual problems these characters go through are very individual. It's very personal. It's very personal to them, essentially. That's the major thing of the entire series. Like, there's a thing, like, there is this idea that there's people that they've actually turned to, but it's also this idea that though there is that, there's a sense that it's also very personal to them. So it's almost as if they can't, like, not open up, but there's actually like a lot more that starts to kind of get unearthed as the narrative actually kind of progresses, which is very scary, very scary. That's what I was trying to say earlier on. My brain was stopping. So it's one of those things, I'm guessing now, is the whole thing with Toru at the end of episode 19 is whether or not it's cracked into the show, but then if, say, something happens, it might be too late at that point. That's the problem. That's always the first realization. Oh, it's a poltergeist in the actual school. God damn. It's a very intense Yuki. Very intense. Very intense. I'm quite scared though of this, of the rest of this whole entire show now. It's just there's a lot that's going on. It's actually like cracks me into the show and the whole entire narrative. It's not just Victoria, it's everyone's kind of having those slight cracks into the show. And it's kind of like, you know, there was going to be a massive event that's actually going to change the entirety of like the rest of the narrative, but you just don't know when it is going to be and what it's actually going to do. That's the problem. It's the fear of the unknown, essentially, in a way. Because you might think, oh, Akito might actually have a hand in it, but who knows? That's the problem. He might, but it might be an external force as well. Oh. I do actually like him a lot as well. He's a very interesting character. Because on the surface he kind of seems as if he's kind of like just a goof the entire time, but he does actually have that side to him that kind of like makes him seem as if he actually is a lot more like deeper. As if maybe it's a front. I've always wanted to actually just scatter a document across the entire room, though. It does actually kind of it's chaotic random. It's almost as if it's painting a kind of idea that are actually very similar to one another, just in a very kind of different way. guess the concept of family is actually a very interesting idea in this show as well when you think about it, even outside of just the Soma family. It's actually interesting how he does actually very say that everyone goes through their own burdens, especially their parents as well. It does actually it paints it once again. It doesn't change a lot of how you see the characters. It just kind of gives you more context, if you get what I mean. It doesn't necessarily change the viewer's interpretation of the characters so much. It actually just kind of tells you that there is more to them than just what you see at this point. Because we've seen it with Yuki and his mother beforehand. How possibly there's more. There's possibly the idea of like status and everything like that does in theory impact her a lot. Because how she kind of just brushed everything off and just said, "Oh look, look how great Akito actually is for noticing you." The idea that that is the most important factor in the whole entire thing, more than anything else, and actually how he's been treated and everything like that. It's horrible when you think about it, but it's one of those things that is very interesting as well, how it does then kind of always constantly change as time goes on, how the scenes are viewed, essentially, and actually how then stuff is interpreted. I always appreciate shows that do in theory give you all the context and all the characters, because it's one of those things that kind of is important, it's integral to understanding a lot of how this whole entire world works. It won't change how you see the characters, especially with characters like Akito and possibly Yuki's parents, but it's very important understanding a lot more about how this world works. Yeah, that's the thing with him. That's why I actually really like his character, because he kind of, it's almost as if he kind of plays like the idea of like the jokester in a way, but he actually does in theory care a lot of everyone else around him. As I always kind of think that the actual events do in theory bring out the nuances in the characters as well. I was thinking in my head. I was like, I was wondering if Kyo would actually get the prince. Once again, I thank God every single day that we actually do in Fury see Kyo actually have the cat ears when he gets pissed off. It just makes me so happy. It makes me so happy. Man, seeing Toru evil be interesting. I kind of do imagine, like, this isn't gonna go the way they expect it to go. That's the problem. He's a very soft boy. He's got a soft smile as well, which makes you just go, Yuki. Shigure, what's your games, bro? What's your games, bro? At least actually have best girl as Cinderella, though. You actually have best girl as Cinderella. Oh yes, the age old God damn it, the door, God damn the door always locking when you actually close it. God damn it, door. Doors helpful when you actually need them, unhelpful when you don't. Does pay me every single day that my favourite voice actress actually does with her voice, Akito. God damn. God damn. it does seem as if the series is actually kind of going towards the idea that when people think doors are shutting, doors are opening, but also then there's this whole entire idea possibly that in other cases the doors that are shut almost remaining shut, but it's one of those things of actually can a person open it in a way, if that allegory makes any sense. I have no idea if that allegory makes any sense, but if you get what I mean, I hope. She honestly does such a great job with Akito as well. That's the problem. Like she actually really gets underneath your skin. It's just oof. Had to wait until next week, I guess. Heading into the final stretch of this whole entire series as well at this point as well. I still petition we should just kind of like somehow like learn the art of like going into anime and movies and just kind of just telling the people that give us pain just to say don't do it, don't be assholes, and just kind of leave at that point. And you actually see the whole entire like anime change at that point, and the guy's just like, oh, well, you know, maybe I won't be an arsehole now, and then everything gets fixed. I'm telling you, it's kind of like that's how you fix everything, bro. Kind of just leave us on a sentence there, Yuki, as well. God damn. But yeah, this is kind of it's entering scary territory. It's kind of like it's uncertain. A lot of things seem very uncertain in this show now, and to the point you're kind of just sitting here going, I don't know, I'm scared, bro. What's gonna happen? I don't know. I'm just. You kind of want to know, but at the same time you know it's gonna break your heart. So you just kind of like, do I want to know truly? Do I just want to feel like as if the show is gonna? Well, in my mind, the show ends with just everyone being happy. Akito's just kind of like, oh shit, I'm kind of an asshole, and then actually just leaves at that point. But alas, it won't. It won't. But who knows what's gonna happen? I don't. Man, not even the end card actually gives any indication what could happen next week, bruh. Don't leave us like that. Don't leave us like that. I can't. I just don't know what's gonna happen this season 3. I'm so scared. I'm like, bruh. Just I wanna be happy. I don't wanna be sad. I've got to have. Every single show I watch causes me emotional pain. The more I think about it, every single show I watch and read. Pain, pure pain. But yeah, anyway, it's a very interesting episode, mainly because again we still have the looming idea of great